like I said before, I would love for you guys to tell me where you're at right now and then also how this virus, this pandemic is affecting you in your entire life, but also just specifically in your ballet studio, if your ballet studio is closed and the classes are being canceled. It has been quite the week. I know I said that already when I started the live stream last time, but there's really no words because we haven't ever been through something like this in our generation. So I know that for me, I was actually taken off guard quite a bit, and there's a bit of a like rug pulled out from underneath you feeling that I have been feeling. In New Jersey, our ballet school is still open. Okay, wow, for the week. But yes, the week after that was already spring break. That's the same here. I have heard from quite a few people when I did the poll on Instagram, there was still about half of the people whose ballet schools were open. So, because we don't know what's going to happen in the nature of this virus, it is a good idea, though, I think, to talk about what it looks like to continue growing in our ballet practice and training if we don't have access to the studio and all of the classes that we're used to. So, even if your ballet studios are still open, I think this is an important thing to talk about and be prepared for. For me, this all really happened pretty quickly this week. So, on Wednesday night when I was teaching, we got an email just to the staff talking about having a meeting to prepare for the possibility of closing the studio and possibly looking into teaching online. But that meeting was supposed to be on Friday. So then Thursday, I was supposed to go in and teach and run adult rehearsal. You're in Florida and most of the studios are closed. Yeah, I have another follower who's been sending me pictures. They are in Florida too. I'm not sure exactly where. Or maybe he's in New Jersey right now. I'm not sure. But I know this is the reality for a lot of places is that the grocery stores are just stripped bare. It is pretty bizarre. Um, but so we got that email Wednesday night about the possibility. And then Thursday afternoon, we got an email that it was happening and that we weren't even to come in on Thursday. Yes. Oh, that's you. I didn't realize that that was your YouTube name. Now that makes more sense. Nick. Yeah, I was going to say. I couldn't remember if you were in Florida or New Jersey right now. But Thursday afternoon, we got the email that we were going to be closing effective immediately and starting to look into moving our classes online next week. And the week after that is spring break as well. Orlando was still open. Okay, that's interesting. I gotcha. That makes sense. That now that I connect this YouTube username with you, that'll help me a lot. I didn't realize that that was you. Um, but anyway, so Thursday when I got that email, I went ahead and yes, all the performances that I know of have been closed. Um, yeah, in fact, I don't think anyone's doing large gatherings right now. But when I got that email, I went ahead and had the babysitters come anyway, just for 2 hours, so that I could run out and do some grocery shopping and just a little bit of thinking. Um, because I don't know what the situation has been like for you, but like I was saying, this is definitely a new experience for most of us, pretty much all of us. And so there's a lot of thoughts and feelings that are getting stirred up. And um, I know a lot of people are feeling really scared right now, and anxiety is at kind of a global high, you know. Um, and I know, especially for those of us who struggle with anxiety already, or who are immunocompromised, or are of a certain age, or have loved ones that are of a certain age, it can feel really overwhelming. And um, so I think it's really important. I just want to say that I think it's really important to talk about however it is that you're feeling, because there's a big scale of how people are reacting to this. And it's important to talk about it. And it's important for us to go through whatever emotions we're feeling and then get to a place where we can really focus on what we can control, which is not the virus and is not anyone else's reaction. I know there's some people who were angry that our studio closed, and they have a right to feel that way. And whatever your reaction is, you have a right to feel that way. And you want to move through those feelings by really processing them and then getting to a place where we make a plan. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I actually am somebody who deals with anxiety on a regular basis, and I've been really surprised at how calm my response has been to this pandemic. And at first, with my response being so calm, I was almost like, whoa, what's wrong with you? Why are you so calm? But you have a right to feel calm too. So I am now at a place where, there's lots of what ifs. There's lots of like, well, people's jobs are being affected. They're not sure how they're going to make rent or pay for their groceries. There's so many layers to this. But today, I really just wanted to focus on the ballet community. I think it's been really beautiful to see how the dance world has really come together, and so many people are sharing resources for those of us who are staying home. And I just think that's really awesome and really beautiful. So I wanted to share some of the ones that I have seen around the web, and then also share some of the things that I'll be doing in the coming weeks. So, a couple Instagram accounts. I donated my ticket money to the ballet company for the show that was canceled this week, and that is so awesome. I have seen that suggestion circulating on Instagram as well, and I think that's really beautiful for people to be donating because, yes, performers are definitely going to be hit by this. There's so many ways that we can step up and support our community. I think a lot of media now, I don't have like a normal TV, so I don't watch normal news, but just on social media and um, in conversations that I've had with people, I know there's a lot of focus on the panic and the whole toilet paper situation and the grocery stores. And that really shows people's flight or fight. Am I saying it right? Yeah, fight or flight response kicking in. You know, our brains are designed to help us survive, but it does make me sad that there are so many people who are then having to go without because people are overdoing it. And I've also seen a lot of things circulating about people who can't find food, can't find formula, and that really breaks my heart. So I think it's really important that we all take time to self regulate and to engage in things that will help to de excite our nervous system, right? So, I was going to talk about a couple of those things. I think I got off track, but where's, hold on. Oh, okay. First, let me share the ballet resources that I've been seeing. So, if you follow on Instagram a ballet education, he's the guy who does all of the ballet drawings you might have seen. He has been posting about a lot of live classes that people are offering. So, if you go follow him, I think he's updating as more live classes are added, as well as an Instagram account called Dancewear Royale. They are uh, connecting with a bunch of live classes as well. And then I've seen just today a couple more people posting about live classes. So as those are posted, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna write up an email tonight and then post it on YouTube on the community tab. I'll be posting the resources that I talk about here, the accounts and the different people who are kind of curating lists of live classes. And then, of course, I'll be doing a live class here on YouTube tomorrow, um, tomorrow evening at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time. And it's going to be a beginning intermediate class. I'm going to keep it simpler because no matter how advanced you are, beginning ballet is always hard. And that way it's open to every level. So if you're a beginner, it'll work for you. And then I'm going to be offering a more advanced class next week as well. I know it's spring break, but I'm pretty sure most people's spring break plans will be canceled. So um, I'm planning to kind of create a little calendar and definitely up my live classes. So I'm gonna need to be live streaming them here on YouTube, but I was really trying to figure out how to do something where I can see you guys so that I can give that feedback. Um, on YouTube, I'm not able to see you, but I am able to leave up the replay, which will be really great. But if anyone is interested, I think I'm going to be creating Zoom links for after the YouTube classes to get on, and we can talk about specific things if you had any specific questions. And then you can come on camera to show me something, and I can give individual feedback that way. Then also, I had the meeting with my school today over in Colorado, Colorado Conservatory of Dance, and they are going to be transitioning to Zoom for their classes next week and the week after spring break. And for right now, the adult classes are kind of going to be donation based. So if you're interested in joining those Zoom classes, you can join my email list, which I'll link below, and I'll be sending the Zoom links out in my email to join any of the adult classes that will be held on Zoom at CCD. And since they have a paid account, we don't have to worry about the time limit there. That's the only reason I'm not doing Zoom. Yeah, it's going to be pretty great. That's the only reason I'm not doing my live classes on Zoom is because you have to pay to be able to go longer than 40 minutes. But if everything goes well, this will be our first week trying that, and I'm really interested to see what it will be like to see everyone's video as I'm teaching class. So you can sign up for my email list. I'll send out those Zoom links. I have live class tomorrow, Monday evening, and I'll leave that replay up forever. And then I will be updating as I add more live classes. Then, of course, there's the pre-recorded classes that I have, Catherine Morgan has. There's Lazy Dancer Tips. Um, I'm trying to think. I know that there's more than that. I think I'm just blanking at the moment. But oh, Claudia Dean has ballet. There's a lot of ballet tutorials and ballet bars and center work that can be done at home. So really, it's a wonderful time to be alive. And I say that in all seriousness, but with the humility that I know that this is a very serious thing that's happening. I think it's really important to focus on gratitude and to focus on all of the things that are going well. If you have your health, if you have access to the internet and access to connecting with people virtually, it's a pretty wonderful thing that we have right now in the situation that we're in. Okay, moving on a little bit to some of the things that I would recommend to keep your sanity and to de excite your nervous system, which I think is a worthy goal outside of this pandemic, but even more crucial as we go through such a chaotic time. So, some things that really help to kind of bring your nervous system back to a level of peace. We all know breathing is so important, but if you can just take some time to stop and take deep belly breaths. Think about filling air in between each of your individual ribs, breathing into your ribs, closing your eyes, and really focusing on the sensation of breathing can just immediately calm those nerves. It's also a great time to really get serious about meditation. So, there are, of course, I know I've talked before about guided meditations, which I still love. But I have been getting a little bit more deeper into my own meditation practice. So, a book that I would recommend that I've been reading, oh, it's kind of dark, is this Stress Less, Accomplish More by Emily Fletcher of Ziva Meditation. And by me, all of the libraries are closed, but you can go online and still get a lot of resources. And Amazon, you can still order books. So this has been a really interesting read for me. I'm almost through it, but she's been talking about how a lot of guided meditations are actually a form of mindfulness and not like deep meditation. So I love guided meditations, and in the past, that's all that I could really do because I tried to sit still by myself and my brain couldn't handle it. So I always loved guided meditations, and I still do, but I think it's important to differentiate between being mindful and actually meditating. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out Ziva Meditation. They have Instagram as well, and reading that book has been really interesting. She kind of guides you through the process of finding a mantra and the way to truly enter into a restful meditation, and it has been huge. I've only started doing it last week, but it's made a really big difference because in the past for me, I can't sit without listening to something. So I've been able to go through 20-minute meditations where I'm not listening to anything. That's huge for me, and I really do feel the difference in my sense of calm. Then, mindfulness is important. So, something that really helps me in times of panic, and this is obviously a more extreme time, but it's still very helpful to really embrace our humanness, to be human and embrace the experiences of being human. And by that, I mean to really relish in everyday activities like brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, just being really in that moment and feeling your feet on the ground and feeling your heart beating and your breathing, cooking dinner, washing vegetables, chopping vegetables, all of the things that we do throughout the day that we typically rush through. I think that this is a really great universal call to slow down and start to de-excite our nervous systems, be more intentional. There's so much that we can do during this quarantine time, and I think if we start to look at it instead of surviving quarantine, really figuring out how we can thrive in it and how we can come out on the other side better and more improved. So, I don't want to take forever talking about this, but I just wanted to share all of those things. I also want you guys to know that you can talk to me anytime, no matter how you're feeling. I I will just brag and say I'm a really good listener. I like talking to people. I like connecting with people. If you're into the Enneagram, I'm a type 9, which is a peacemaker, and I really uh, I I have a good ear to listen and I care. So, if you ever need to talk about anything, I am here. You can DM me, you can email me. Um, but yeah, talking is important. And then the other thing I was going to say, aside from live ballet classes and taking all of the workout at home things, is a really great time to journal. So, this is a really great time if you didn't join us in the Ballet Journal Challenge to get out a notebook and start writing things out. Start trying to dissect ballet and your movement patterns in a new way because you have more time to focus on it, hopefully, because you're at home. So, that drawing exercise that we did, drawing movement and energy, going through mental rehearsal of just a typical bar center exercise variation piece of choreography, just laying in your bed, closing your eyes, going through that as if you're truly doing it. Your brain has so much power on your physical performance. It's a great time to practice those things. Also, just dancing for the sake of dancing. That's something I forgot to talk about. One of the ways to de excite your nervous system that I learned about from Kate Northrup, who wrote this book, Do Less, which I'm also reading right now, which is really good, is shaking. So she talks about how, like a gazelle in the wild, if they're being chased to be eaten and they don't get caught, after the experience is over, their whole body shakes, and there's a word for it, and I can't remember. It's some sort of tremor. But there's something about the vibrations shaking your body that helps to release that adrenaline. Yeah. And so, what better way? I mean, like, what better way to shake than to dance? So, just putting some music on and just moving your body, seriously, one of the best things that you can do right now. If you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling stress, just shake it out, put on some music, and just shake your body. And then just really relish in the fact that you have the ability to listen to music, to move your body. Um, and so, guys, this is serious, and I do really encourage people to stay home. I think if we all can take it seriously and practice the social distancing and the hand washing and boosting our immune systems, I believe in a lot of natural things. So if you're ever curious about that, you can message me too. But I care about you guys. I hope I see you tomorrow in the live class. And feel free to reach out. Let me know how I can support you during this time. And let's just continue to share all of the things that are helping us. There was 40 people at church today. Yeah, our church went live streaming yesterday. I'm pretty sure like everything is shutting down near me. I mean, the libraries, some restaurants are already shutting down. It's a very unique experience. I am not sure exactly how things are going to go. But again, focusing on what we can control, which is ourselves, our mind, our perspective, our bodies. So let me know, guys. Let me know how I can support you. Thanks for coming to the live. I know it's a little funky, a little late, but this actually helps me a lot to know that I need to work on my audio for tomorrow night. So I hope I see you guys tomorrow, and if not, I'll leave the replay up. Yes, I can't wait either. And if you're not already part of the email list, go ahead and subscribe to that if you want the Zoom links for the other adult classes. And I really appreciate you guys. So deep breaths. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.